Welcome to The Hypnotist, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. Brought to you by the hypnotherapist demanded by celebrities, CEOs, and even royalty, Adam Cox. These recordings took place live from Adam's clinic in London's world-famous Harley Street. This podcast features powerful hypnosis, so do not listen while driving or operating machinery. This recording is not suitable for those with epilepsy or severe mental health issues. So, get yourself comfortable and enjoy today's episode of The Hypnotist.
Hi, it's Adam here, and in today's episode of The Hypnotist, you'll be listening to a hypnosis session that I did with a lady who had started a new chapter in her life. She had made a decision to make big life changes, live in a new place, new town, move away from an old relationship. And because of that, although it was, in many respects, a fresh start, there was also the feeling of a lot of uncertainty and a lot of things that weren't quite in place yet because she had made this decision to have this fresh start. So what you're going to hear in this hypnosis session is a metaphor that taps into one of her biggest passions, which is steam engines and steam trains, and a metaphor about keeping what you want and leaving behind what you don't, to mirror her experience that this was a deliberate choice to have a fresh start, and therefore she can keep everything that she's grateful for and everything that she wants, and everything else becomes an opportunity to choose those key things that aren't quite there yet. And it's designed to cultivate the primary emotional resource state of gratitude. And I think gratitude is quite often under-recognized. So we hear a lot about motivation and resilience and discipline and determination. Actually, gratitude, I would say, is perhaps even more important than all of them, because when you're in a state of gratitude, generally speaking, it enables and facilitates contentment, happiness, joy, but also good decision making. It's easier to make good decisions from a good place than in an anxious place. So this is what you're going to hear in this particular hypnosis session, is a metaphor for cultivating more gratitude, but also looking at a fresh start as an opportunity really to keep everything that you want and replace anything that you don't want. And one of my favorite belief systems or sayings is anything that you're not changing, you're choosing. And what that really makes it possible to do is to look at inaction also as a choice. And a lot of people think that change has to be that you physically do something different. But keeping things the same is also a choice. So therefore, change becomes easier to do if you realize that not changing is also a choice as to change. And therefore, well, if you're going to make a choice anyway, why not make a choice that makes your life better rather than worse? So this is what you're going to hear in this particular hypnosis session. Obviously, it was created for someone else, but if you're listening to this and you're thinking, actually, there's lots of uncertainty in my life, or there's lots of change in my life, and I would like to feel better about it, there will be a link nearby where you can book a free 30-minute consultation call, and then I can discuss with you how I would work with you to perhaps make some changes to give you a different perspective and to access more of those resourceful states. But for now, find a quiet place where you won't be disturbed, relax, and enjoy the session. Take a deep breath in. And as you breathe in, imagine breathing in a resourceful feeling of relaxation. And as you exhale, just get a sense that tension, stress, and worries are leaving your body in your outward breath. Breathing in and breathing out, and noticing that with each and every breath, you're able to go deeper and deeper, relaxed now. That's right. And notice that with your eyes closed, you're able to go even deeper relaxed, because you can give more of your attention to the sound of my voice, enabling you to feel like your imagination is being activated as physical tension melts away, enabling you to go into a lovely state of relaxation and hypnosis. Breathing in and breathing out. And I want you to use the power of your imagination to imagine that you're walking on the beach. I want you to get a sense that on that beach you're able to breathe in the freshness of the air. Perhaps feel the sand on the stones beneath your feet. See the clouds in the sky or the blueness of the sky, but also see those incredible patterns in the waves. You can hear the waves breaking on the shore. And I want you to get a sense that by looking out to the horizon, where the sea meets the sky, suddenly makes you feel more relaxed. That those problems that may be front of mind, imagine pushing them all the way to the horizon. And because they feel like they're further away, your body can breathe more easily. You can relax any tension in your neck and your shoulders. Breathing effortlessly and deeper, so you're breathing in more and exhaling more, enabling you to feel so deeply relaxed now. I want you to imagine there is a chair on the beach, but the chair is an unusual chair. I want you to imagine that this chair would be the chair of a steam engine train driver's chair. They're on the beach, not connected to a steam engine or a train in any way, but the chair itself is on the beach. And I want you to imagine sitting on that chair and looking out towards the horizon, and just feeling like any problems, any stresses, any worries, just push them all the way to the horizon. And you can still know that there's things that you need to do, but it doesn't feel close. It feels far away. So you can, on this chair, just breathe. Breathing in and breathing out, feeling deeper and deeper, relaxed now. I want you to imagine that your eyes start to close there, and imagine what it would be like to have a nap on that train seat there on the beach, still hearing the waves gently break on the shore. And I want you to entertain an idea of a fresh start. Many people don't realize that a human body is always changing its cells. You get the idea that the hair you have now is not the same hair that you had maybe 2 or 3 years ago, because it grows longer. And your fingernails and toenails aren't the same fingernails and toenails you had in the past. But most people don't realize that the dust around us is mainly made of skin cells. That our blood cells are constantly changing. And that over a period of a few years, every single cell in your body is a new cell. So we cannot be exactly the person we were in the past, because every single cell in your body is different. And therefore, any problems that we have for any longer than a few years are problems that we are creating ourselves. And in this point in your life, this fresh start, I want you to get a sense that the purpose of a fresh start is to take everything good from the past and then start afresh from anything that wasn't so good. That anything that you're not changing, you're choosing. I want you to get a sense that with your eyes closed, that you are driving a train. Imagine feeling the train move on the train tracks. It's an old-fashioned steam engine and you're driving that train on the train tracks, and the train represents a journey to your future. The passengers in this train are everything from your past. And I want you to imagine that you're the driver of your train and you're pulling up to a station and you have one clear rule. You decide who stays on the train and you decide who leaves. And those passengers on the train don't have to be people. They can be circumstances, situations, places and things. And I want you to imagine you're emptying the train of everything from your past that you don't want in your future. The people that you don't want in your future, you allow them to leave on the platform. The locations, the old friends, the places, the situations, they all have to leave, and the only things and people that stay on the train are those that you want to take with you in your future. And therefore, maybe what was a full carriage before, or many carriages, are now maybe 10 or 20% full, maybe more, maybe less. And then you leave the platform. You are the driver of your train. You keep everything that you want to keep, and you let go of everything you want to let go of. And not just situations, but emotions too. Any shame that you felt in the past, leave it on the side of the platform. Any regrets, any anger, any frustration, leave it all on the platform and take your train with you with only the things you want to keep. Realizing, of course, that there now may be empty chairs on your train. And maybe some of the empty spaces on your train represent some of the things that you really do want to be filled, and one of those might be a source of income. Maybe an old source of income has been left behind, and you can think, what would be a new, fulfilling, satisfying source of income that you would want in your future? I want you to visualize what that would be, and more importantly, see a version of you in the future doing that thing, feeling fulfilled, seeing that version of you satisfied with that source of income. And if it genuinely inspires you and makes you feel happy doing that thing, then it gets to stay on the train. And if it doesn't, then replace it with something else that would be fulfilling, that would be satisfying. And then I want you to think of perhaps a future relationship. See a smiling, healthy, happy, grateful version of you in the future with someone that can give you the things that you need most. Maybe commitment, maybe affection, maybe emotional intelligence. And see that version of you with someone that has those qualities. And then, of course, there is a space on the train for them. I want you to see a future version of yourself running a business. But running a business in a way where you're not just generating money, you're generating good, positive emotions, a sense of fulfillment, a sense of impacting, of making people happy, smiley, full of joy. And then I want you to see a future version of yourself with amazing mental health. See a future version of you looking so relaxed. And then see a future version of you looking full of gratitude. And notice that that future version of you that is relaxed and full of gratitude doesn't have those heart palpitations, doesn't have those issues with digestion or poor sleep. This version of you that is relaxed and full of gratitude tends to be physically healthier too. And maybe see that version of you in a sauna or a steam room or in a gym, maybe relaxing with a good friendship group, smiling, grateful for the good things in your life. And I want you to get a sense that when gratitude is high, there is no space for those other emotions that can affect your mental health or affect your physical health. There's just no room for them. Those other emotions are no longer things that are bad, but signposts for you to make changes in your life. Today is a fresh start, but next week could also be a fresh start. And each time you think of a fresh start, imagine pulling into a new train station. You're driving that train with all the carriages, with the mentality that you will keep everything on the train you want to keep, and you will leave behind anything that is not serving you, including emotions. Leave them behind and then leave that platform and realize that every day is an opportunity for a fresh start. That anything that doesn't bring you joy and gratitude and relaxation and fulfillment and satisfaction is an opportunity for you to make a choice. As you accept the suggestion that anything that you are not changing, you are choosing. And if you choose to keep things in your life that don't make you feel good, accept that it's a choice and feel free to make new choices that have a future of more of what you want and less of what you don't. The train pulls into a new station, a future station, where you're living life feeling relaxed, healthy and happy, with all those important things that you want in your life. As you leave the train onto that platform, notice that you're breathing better. There is less tension in your muscles. That you can eat something and your body just doesn't have a reaction. And then as you go through a door, find yourself back on a chair on a beach, looking out at the sea and seeing that what you thought were problems were actually opportunities. Opportunities to make choices. Choices to fix things or choices to leave things behind. And as you do so, realize that life is always giving you fresh starts, fresh opportunities to keep what's good and to leave behind what isn't, but keeping the wisdom with you. Imagine getting up out of that train seat and walking back along the beach, feeling lighter on your feet, feeling filled with a sense of amazing gratitude and relaxation, as it's now time to find yourself back in the present, listening to my voice. Take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose. And very soon I will count from 1 to 10 to awaken you, but you will awaken with a sense of excitement and optimism for this fresh start in your life. That you will keep what's good and you will leave behind what isn't. You will learn the lessons but not hold on to the emotions. And you will gravitate towards a future where you get more of the things you want and less of the things that you don't, enabling you to feel grateful more of the time and relax more of the time, magnetizing your way to a future that is desirable for you. Starting to count to awaken you. 1, 2, 3, waking up. 4, 5, 6, more alert. 7, 8, open your eyes, open your eyes. 9, 9:10. Wide awake, wide awake, wide awake.
Thank you for listening to The Hypnotist with Adam Cox, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. To automatically receive the latest episodes, please subscribe. If you'd like to support the show, please share this episode with just one friend you think it could help. And if this episode helped you, please leave us a 5-star review.